The world of motorsports is an exciting variety of speed, flash, and brawn, with each section of the world finding their own fast car identity. America has muscle, Japan has the aftermarket mod community, and Europe has the sleek elegance of the supercar. These are the top 9 most iconic European supercars of all time. Porsche 911. At number 9, and needing no introduction, is the Porsche 911. Debuting in 1964, this beauty is possibly the most recognizable European supercar ever made. Through the years, it has undergone some upgrades, but has remained remarkably unchanged, from the iconic look to the rear-mounted engine. Topping out at 182 miles per hour, this car has always been made for going the distance. While plenty of other vehicles can jump off the line faster than the 911, it is the reliable sustainability and control at high speeds that has kept this car in the conversation. In 1979, one of its many variations even won the 24 Hours of Le Mans. This car has proven time and time again it deserves its place in the motorsports pantheon. In 1999, in a global poll for Car of the Century, the Porsche 911 came in 5th, only being beaten out by legends such as the Ford Model T and the Volkswagen Beetle. Pagani Huayra. Racing in at number 8 is something a little more modern, the Pagani Huayra. Famously one of the fastest cars on the planet, the Huayra maxes out at a blistering 238 miles per hour and can go from 0 to 60 in only 3.3 seconds. Boasting a twin-turbocharged V12 engine, this magnificent machine delivers a jaw-dropping 730 horsepower. The Italian manufacturer even had to pat themselves on the back upon this car's release, saying that the Huayra was a natural improvement on their previous outing, the Zonda. With the new addition of active aerodynamics, the biggest upgrade the Huayra saw over its predecessors was the ability for the driver to finally adjust their aerodynamic shape in real time through the use of 4 flaps and a series of sensors. The vehicle can raise or lower depending on resistance, speed, and direction, and even creates extra downforce during braking to reduce the dangers created by hard stops. Overall, the Huayra has lived up to the hype and made the Pagani name proud. Aston Martin DB5. Number 7 on our list of iconic European supercars sneaks into our rankings with what we like to call the super spy effect, the Aston Martin DB5. The top speed for this car was only 145 miles per hour, but given the fact that it was originally designed in 1963, that is understandable. Unlike many of the cars on this list, what makes the DB5 so memorable is not its performance on the racetrack, but on the silver screen. The DB5 is known as the James Bond car. The Aston Martin name has been a mainstay in the European car market for decades, establishing themselves as being the most prominent British addition to the European roadscapes. The DB5 made its mark on history as being the iconic car driven by James Bond in Goldfinger. With this classic seemingly last, when stacked up against the Lambos and Ferraris on the track, it makes up for its pure cool factor. Lamborghini Murcielago. Hang on to something quick, because our number 6 is coming in hot. The Lamborghini Murcielago emerged on the scene in 2001 and was an immediate hit. The new flagship model for the Lamborghini brand had some big shoes to fill, being the successor to the iconic Diablo. The Murcielago blew expectations out of the water right away with its eye-catching design, 6.2-liter V12 engine, and 209 mile-per-hour top speed. Eventually, with a new spoiler option, the car would reach an impressive 213 miles per hour. But upon release, even the 209 was nothing to sneeze at. Featured in films, music videos, and even several video games, the Murcielago cemented its position as the supercar when it first hit the road, and has kept up the image ever since. Bugatti Chiron. At number 5, we have the current fastest car in the world, the Bugatti Chiron. This car is as bad as they come, boasting a blistering top speed of 261 miles per hour from the standard model, with the Supersport 300 Plus model reaching an unbelievable 304 miles per hour in 2023. However, when you take your first look at the Chiron, you believe every ounce of hype behind this car. With rounded edges and an exceptionally low-to-the-ground design, it almost looks like the Bugatti Chiron is locked in a permanent competitive scowl. It eats up the road like it's been starving for months, with an 8.0-liter quad-turbocharged WR16 engine under the hood, cranking out an astronomical 1,479 horsepower. The Chiron may be a newer entry into the supercar conversation, but it is safe to say that Bugatti's newest land speed beast is here to stay. Koenigsegg Regera. The Koenigsegg Regera is an interesting turn for European supercars, being both a plug-in hybrid and currently the car that holds the fastest 0 to 400 to 0 km/h run ever at 28.81 seconds. In a sport that is built on blazing fossil fuels, it is incredibly surprising to see a car that relies on a hybrid engine reach such success. Designed to be both practical and downright fast, the marriage of power and practicality has delivered a supercar that handles smoothly, has a respectable fuel economy, and is still among the fastest cars in the world, with a top speed of 250 mph. The vehicle accomplishes this with an interesting mix under the hood. It has a 5.0-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine, two 750R electric motors, one P400 electric motor, and a 1-speed fixed-gear direct-drive transmission. You've got to hand it to Koenigsegg. The design may be unconventional, but it sure is effective. The name Regera means to rule in Swedish, and if you take one look at this car, you know that name is fitting. Ferrari Enzo. The third-place bronze medal on our list of most iconic European supercars is undoubtedly the Ferrari Enzo. This car changed the game for Ferrari. Its 6.0-liter V12 engine was inspired by a V8 engine developed by Maserati. The updates and upgrades designed by Ferrari's engine team, combined with the years of experience and fine-tuning from the rest of the design crew, produced possibly the most iconic vehicle Ferrari has ever produced. Significantly larger than the majority of its peers, the car is surprisingly quick, topping out at 218 mph with a 3.3-second 0 to 60 time. The Enzo is truly a piece of engineering genius. When pitted head-to-head against their most prominent competition, Lamborghini, the Enzo's lightning-quick acceleration takes the crown every time. When the world thinks of Ferrari, oftentimes this is the car that comes to mind, and for good reason. McLaren 720S Spider. Taking second place is the McLaren 720S Spider. In the first few years since its debut, this model has firmly claimed its position in the greatest of all-time discussion. Released in 2017, this car hit the ground running, proving that sometimes less is more. Sporting an engine significantly smaller than most of its peers, a 4.0-liter twin-turbocharged V8, it performs far beyond expectations. With 710 horsepower, this underdog tops out at 212 mph and can go from 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. When compared to the Ferrari Enzo, the 720S Spider cranks out nearly 100 more horsepower and performs the 0 to 60 test 0.4 seconds faster, despite having a much smaller engine. The reason this model takes the silver medal despite being a newcomer to the scene is it is the clear culmination of over 50 years of supercar design and culture. McLaren took the ingenuity of the present and wisdom of the past, bringing them together in tremendous fashion. The look, the performance, the spirit of the car all comes together to give it a reputation as one of the best supercars on the market today. Apollo IE. Over the course of the last 8 cars, we have looked at incredible performance, legendary styles, and unmistakable designs. Our number 1 car embodies all those things and more. The Apollo IE has been the quintessential European supercar from the moment it was released in 2017. The IE is an abbreviation for Intensa Emotion, or intense emotion, and intense emotion is definitely what this car inspires. The curves and soft angles provide not only an image of what a supercar is, but the image that is conjured up in one's mind when they think about European performance. Combining both the supercar look and the F1 design, this car looks the part. With a 6.3-liter V12 engine, it also acts the part. Belting out 780 horsepower, this amazing feat of engineering can hit 208 mph and can go from 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. The IE is the first car designed by Gumpert Apollo in 14 years and is considered his magnum opus. Only 10 will ever be built, raising the legacy status of the car to new, limited heights. Everything about the IE seems to pull from deep within, bringing deep-seated emotions to the surface, whether one is watching performance tests or simply gazing upon its resting beauty. When the world considers the elite of the European supercar family, the Apollo IE will undoubtedly be at the top. So there you have it, the 9 most iconic European supercars ever made. What do you think? Do you have a different list? Let us know in the comments. Remember to like and share, and we will see you in the next video.